Okay, so I have an SM86. I know it's going to need phantom power because I'm a smart kid. And I'm going to go into channel 8 on the box and 16 on the board. So I'm going to plug my XLR here into channel 8 on the box. Okay. And I'm going to come up here to my routing section. And what did I say? 16 on the board. I know I'm using AES50A because it's up there. And I'm on channel 8, but I want it on 16, so we're going to go to my inputs 9 through 16 because that's where I want it on the board. But I'm using channel 8 from AES50A, so we're going to connect that. Yay. Now I should be able to go to the layer for 9 through 16, select the channel, solo the channel, turn on 48 volts, and maybe see something? Yeah, we're not seeing anything. What's going on? I blame you guys. I don't know. We got channel 16, A8. That should be the thing. Why 42 is. Question mark. Exactly. That's about where I'm at. Oh, okay. Good cable. That's the problem there. Great cable. Okay, so we're going to gain it up until we see around -18, which is the first orange light on both the big meter and the small meter. Great, now we want it in front of house. We're going to unsolo. We're going to bring our front of house up to 0, just like normal. Then we're going to bring our channel fader up until we hear it in front of house. Not so much that we feed back though. We're going to show our panning, which is left, right. Bring it back to center-ish. Okay, we want to enable our low cut, high pass. Bring that up to an appropriate or inappropriate level and then back to an appropriate level. Then let's see, we're going to compress it. Turn on our compressor. Go ahead and hit the view button because you're going to need to change the ratio, which is only found in the compressor window here. We're going to change that to a 2-to-1 ratio. And we want somewhere around 4 to 8 dB of gain reduction. That looks kind of ish. What's next? Music, I think. You guys are supposed to know this. I blame you. Oh, I didn't reset the routing for this. So that's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Now remember, you guys are not going to use XLRs for this. You're going to use TRS connectors, which are over here. Well, that's fine because I gotta get this set up anyway. Because this is currently incorrect.
So don't worry about that.
No, you're fine. And we're there. Okay, so I need to hear my music in front of house, but before I do anything with it, I'd like to link the channels. So I'll select one of the channels. If you're anywhere else, hit the home button, brings you here. You can hit the link button. You're going to say yes, and that's going to do automatic panning for you, as you can see there, which is part of it. So you bring that up, and we have signal there. You're going to want that. You're going to probably want to boost that just a little bit, because especially if it's fading out. Great. What's next? Name all your channels and put them on a DCA. If you cannot dump your microphone like I tend to do. Okay, so the easy way to get to the picture and naming section is to hold select on any particular channel and hit the utility button over here on the screen. Brings up your naming stuff. So I would encourage you to change the color so that your brain has an easy time finding it. We're going to change it to the names to Jack Left and Jack Right. When you're scrolling through names, don't scroll through names, scroll through pictures. Go to 9 through 16 where we know our vocal channel is. We'll change that to red. And you go through till you find a picture of something that looks like a vocal. Select the vocal, whoopie-doo. And we want to put everything on a DCA. I'm going to use DCA 3. To assign channels to a DCA, you hold select and select the channel. So we've assigned, you can see we've assigned our vocal channel to it. We're going to assign our auxiliaries, which is our music. Notice it went away. We bring that back up to 0. Everything comes back. That's how a DCA works. Where are we going next? Is it monitors? Yes. Okay, so we're going to use bus 1 for a monitor. So let's go ahead and patch that in. Bus 1 defaults to output 1. That patch will be made for you, which means we're going to use channel A. Patch into our speaker there. Turn on the amplifier. Facts, that's right. Okay, so now we're going to need both our vocal and our music in the monitor, so I'm going to mute front of house so that's the only thing we hear. We're going to select our bus. We're going to bring our bus up to 0 because that makes sense. We're going to hit sends on fader. We're going to send our music there. Great, it's there. we're gonna go over here and send our vocal there into the monitor, Oop, there we go, great. So now that we did that, we're going to take our music back out of it. I know we just got here, but now we're going to generate our own feedback and destroy it. I know, it's the best part. You want to make sure that you've got your bus selected during this so that you're not EQing the channel. You want to be EQing the bus. So you're going to hit turn on the EQ for that. You're going to view your EQ to make it easier on yourself because there's an RTA going. You can see what frequencies are feeding back. So as opposed to shoving the microphone in front of the speaker and hoping that it feeds back, we're going to use our fader here and bring up the level until it feeds back and then kill 2 bands of feedback. So here we go. Yeah, that was a little toasty. A little better. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go back into, I'm going to put myself back in there a little. Go back to front of house. Yippee, we're going to bring our music back in there. Of course, it's in the middle of that. And you're going to send your vocal to the delay effect found on bus 15. So you're going to select your bus 9 through 16 layer, select bus 15, sends on fader, go back to where your vocal is, send your vocal to the delay effect. Come on, there it is. Tap tempo to your music. Great. Okay, so now that needs to get into our wedge. We no longer care about front of house. So in order to send our vocal effect return to the wedge, we're going to go back to bus 1, select our bus, make sure sends on fader is active, go to our effects return, and you can see here that this is effects 3 where there's stuff happening. That's probably our delay effect. Let's turn that up. Oh, well, magically there's delay over there. So now we're finished, so we need to save our scene. I don't care about that. So the only place to get to the scenes menu is from the scenes section, which is here. Hit the view button. Then we're going to go to an empty section, save our scene with your 2 initials. Yep, there we go. Save, initialize the console, which is setup, and then all the way over to the global area and scroll down to console and nothing else. Click, hit yes, and your console is initialized. Then turn off your amplifier, turn down your amplifier, and strike.